In today's video, we're gonna see what happens if every team had their best running back in Madden history. Right off the bat, I gotta let you know that the 99 club did not start until Madden 99, so that's as far back as we're going to go. Number 2, if the best running back is already on the team, then I added the second best running back for that team in Madden history. Number 3, clones are allowed. Number 4, we're only using ratings at the start of the season. And then number 5, if they were 93 or lower, I gave them superstar. 94 or higher, they got X Factor. But before we get started, we got a brand new member here at the Bird's Nest. No pun intended. Becoming a level 1 member, thank you. He also had a super chat saying, "Hey CK, I love your content, you make me smile. Video idea. Could you try to have every NFL team with their worst overall rated defense?" Now that one's a little bit tough because MaddenRatings.weebly.com, where we got all the ratings in all of these videos, you know, huge shout out to them. They give you the team overall and then each individual player rating on both sides of the football. They don't give you the overall for the offense, the overall for the defense as a unit. Unfortunately, I can't really make that one happen. And then at the GM says, "Hey CK, love the vids bro. Can you try making a team of seconds?" Well, I'm gonna link a video in the description I dropped not too long ago where I did a video of juniors, seniors, seconds, thirds, and fourths. But thank you for the donation, and yeah, let's get right into the video. For the Chicago Bears, this running back was really good at a number of things, so much so that I can't just pinpoint one area that was his forte. Matt was a 95 overall back in Madden 15. Cincinnati is the first team in the video that has a tie. Joe Mixon was a 93 overall at the start of this year, Madden 23, and Corey Dillon was a 93 in Madden 03 and Madden 04, so he spun the wheel and it decided to bless the Bengals with a 93 overall Mixon. Back-to-back ties, this time Buffalo had a 92 overall Shady in Madden 18 and a 92 overall CJ Spiller in Madden 25. We went to the wheel again and they told us to add Spiller to the Bills. As for the city that just won the NBA championship, congrats to them for not only that, but also adding a brand new 97 overall Terrell Davis from Madden 2000. The Cleveland Browns currently have their best running back in Madden history with Nick Chubb, so we added their second best running back for some depth. How about a guy who was on the cover? Peyton Hillis, 91 overall in Madden 12. He's a 92 with the morale boost. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the third team with a tie in this video. Cadillac Williams was a 90 in Madden 07, and Doug the Muscle Hamster Martin was also a 90 in Madden 25. We spun once again, and this time they told us to give Tampa Bay a brand new Cadillac. The first running back that's gonna be a clone in this video belongs to the Arizona Cardinals. Edgerrin James was a 96 overall in Madden 07. Now the Chargers' best running back was when they were called San Diego. A guy who has the record for the most rushing touchdowns in a season. LaDainian Tomlinson, a 99 overall from Madden 08. Kansas City has been blessed with a multitude of great running backs. Jamal Charles was a very close second at a 97 overall in Madden 15, but Priest Holmes was their best at a 98 overall in Madden 05. Indianapolis has a very good running back right now by the name of Jonathan Taylor, who was a very close second when he was a 95 overall at the start of this year, Madden 23, but the edge goes to Edgerrin James, who was a 96 overall in Madden 06. As for the Washington Commanders, their best running back was when they were called the Redskins. Clinton Portis was a 95 overall in Madden 05. Dallas has a very nice history when it comes to running backs as well. Obviously, Emmitt Smith, the NFL's all-time leading rusher. His best rating was actually Madden 2000 and 2001 when he was an 89 overall. Remember, most of his prime was in the 90s before the 99 club was introduced. Also, Marion Barber was a very close second at a 93 overall in Madden 09. But Ezekiel Elliott is back in Dallas. He was a 94 overall at the start of Madden 20. Miami is gonna get a brand new running back by the name of Ricky Williams, who was a 97 back in Madden 04. Our fourth tie of the video is gonna be the Philadelphia Eagles, who had a 97 overall Shady LaShawn McCoy in Madden 15 and a 97 overall Brian Westbrook in Madden 09. And I promise you, we only spun it once. I love both of these running backs, but I'm very happy that it landed on LaShawn McCoy, brand new starting running back for the Eagles. The Falcons are going to be adding a guy who has one of the most iconic dances from the running back position ever, the Dirty Bird, Jamal Anderson, who was a 96 overall in Madden 2000. Now, Christian McCaffrey, remember, did not start the season in San Francisco. We left him on the team, but the highest overall running back for the Niners at the start of any Madden season was Frank Gore, who was a 93 overall in 4 different Maddens. So now they have a nice two-headed tandem. Before we keep going, please like the video, or else the next time you want to get your hair cut, you're going to end up with a terrible barber. Tiki is the brand new starting running back for the New York Giants. He was a 94 in Madden 07. Now the G-men have a nice two-headed tandem. A lot of these running backs are representing for the short kings out there, but this one has to be near the top of the list. The Jaguars are adding Maurice Jones-Drew, MJD, who was a 97 in Madden 13. My favorite 90s show has to be Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Some people would say Martin
Curtis
was a dog well into the 2000s for the New York Jets. Now they have a 95 overall running back from Madden 06. The Detroit Lions get back a guy who a lot of people call the greatest to ever do it at the running back position. A 100 overall Barry Sanders from Madden 99. Obviously, we can't give him 100. That's not possible, but hey, close enough. You know this running back was playing for the right team when his last name is literally in the name of the team he was playing for. Amon Green was a 95 back in Madden 05 for the Packers. Now their running back core is looking disgusting as well. One of the more recent 99s at the running back position belongs to the Carolina Panthers. Christian McCaffrey was the max overall back in Madden 21. We have ourselves another clone when it comes to the New England Patriots. Corey Dillon was their highest overall at 93 in Madden 06. As for the Raiders, Josh Jacobs started Madden 23 at an 87 overall, if you remember, but that wasn't the highest overall for a running back at the start of the season. That title belongs to Darren McFadden, who was a 91 overall in Madden 13. So that's another nasty duo, but the Rams get a guy who was not only elite at running, but also elite at receiving. A true dual threat running back, Marshall Faulk, a 99 overall back in Madden 02 and 03. But Baltimore is gonna get a nice boost to their running game. The read options between Lamar and Jamal Lewis are gonna be disgusting. 97 overall back in Madden 05. And our final tie of the video belongs to the New Orleans Saints. Deuce McAllister was a 94 back in Madden 05, and Alvin Kamara was a 94 in Madden 22. The final spin of the video went to Mr. Kamara, so he's back to a 94. The Seahawks had another close call. Beast Mode was a close second at a 96 in Madden 16 and 25, but their best running back in Madden history is a guy who graced the cover, Sean Alexander, 98 overall back in Madden 07. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Le'Veon is the new starting running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was a 97 in Madden 18. The Houston Texans are gonna bring back a running back who had one of my favorite touchdown celebrations, Arian Foster, 96 overall back in Madden 13. This might be the team that has the nastiest running back duo. You have power when it comes to Derrick Henry, but their highest overall running back was Chris Johnson. CJ2K was a 99 back in Madden 11. And finally, we have to end off with a former MVP, a guy who graced the cover, Adrian All-Day Peterson, who was a 99 back in Madden 25, is the new starter for Minnesota. So many brand new elite running backs. Which one is going to have the biggest impact and take their team to the promised land? Get your predictions in the comments. No cheating, no editing. Let's see what's going to happen in this simulation. Priest Holmes in Kansas City get the 1 seed in the AFC. The Bills, Patriots, Chargers miss out while they go 10-7. Man, that's just unfair. Jaguars, Steelers, Ravens, and Browns all make it. AFC was a bloodbath. Dolphins miss out even though they finish above 500. Worst record actually belonged to the Jets, 5 5-12. Bengals went 6-11. Shady helps the Eagles get the 1 seed in the NFC. The Niners end up second. Cowboys, Panthers, Cardinals, Packers, and Barry helps the Lions get to the playoffs. Even though they finished below 500, Adrian could not help the Vikings get there. Falk with the Rams. I mean, there's so many great running backs, so many great teams. This was a tough season. Been some skeptics lately, so let me show there's no forced wins real quick. Just scrolling through the Eagles, just so you know. But it's the Chiefs quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, who wins MVP. Allen ends up second, Watson third. Hurts fourth, McCaffrey finished top 5, highest finish for a running back, only top 10 finish for an RB. OPOY went to Priest Holmes in the AFC. LT ends up second, Corey Dillon third, and Foster finishes fourth. A lot of running backs in the top 10. Mixon, Ricky Williams, CJ2K. DPOY went to Myles Garrett. Aaron Donald got it in the NFC. But OPOY went to Mr. McCaffrey. Zeke ends up second. Cup ends up third. Shady fourth. And Portis finishes fifth. Barry in the top 7. And then Edgerrin and Kamara in the top 10. Desmond Ridder finishes with the most passing yards in the NFL. Gonna scroll all the way down. Pause if you want to check out your team's quarterback stats. Geno finished with a pretty good stat line, not the most passing yards. Cooper Kupp, of course, leads everyone in terms of receiving yards. But it was Devontae who had the most receptions in the league. Only a handful of guys had 100 plus. And there was a 3-way tie at first with 16 touchdowns. Corey Davis, Thielen, and then Cooper Kupp. Forte with 1,100 yards on the ground. Mixon, 1,200, 20 touchdowns. Spiller with 9 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Terrell Davis had a 1,000-yard season. Him and Javonte was a nice two-headed tandem. Chubb with 1,400 yards. But Hillis had 17 touchdowns to lead the Browns. Cadillac Williams, 1,000 yards. For the Bucks, 12 touchdowns. Edgerrin James, 21 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. LT, 19 touchdowns, 1,600 yards. Priest Holmes had the most rushing yards in the league with 1,845. Edgerrin James with a 1,300-yard season. JT had 11 touchdowns to lead the Colts though. Portis had 17 on the ground, almost 1,500 yards. Zeke had a 1,700-yard season. He led everyone with 24 rushing touchdowns. Ricky Williams had 16 of them bad boys with 1,400 yards. Shady had a 19 touchdown season on the ground with almost 1,600 yards. Jamal Anderson with 1,200 yards, 15 dirty birds. A 1,000-yard season for McCaffrey on the Niners. Frank Gore, who was the power back, had 453 yards, 6 touchdowns, solid. Tiki Barber was the #1 in New York, and he finished with 17 rushing touchdowns, 1,200 yards. MJD with 1,600 yards, 15 touchdowns. Him and Etienne was disgusting. Curtis Martin, 1,300-yard season. Barry Sanders, 1,700 yards, 14 touchdowns. Amon Green and Aaron Jones both had 12 rushing touchdowns. Green with 1,300 yards. McCaffrey was less than 200 yards away from 2,000. He had the second most rushing yards and 21 touchdowns. Corey Dillon with 16 rushing touchdowns, 1,600 yards. Josh Jacobs, 16 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. McFadden with 420 and then 8 touchdowns. Marshall Faulk, 1,200 yards on the ground, 6 touchdowns. Ravens almost had 2,000-yard rushers with Lamar and Jamal Lewis. Kamara had 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns. Sean Alexander, 1,400 yards, 14 tutties. Le'Veon with a solid season, 1,300 yards. Foster had 1,500 yards and added 22 namastes after he scored. CJ2K was less than 300 yards away from that. Henry had 700 yards. They combined for 26 rushing touchdowns. Adrian All-Day Peterson, 15 rushing touchdowns, 1,300 yards. Peyton Hillis Chubb and the Browns beat the Bills in the wild card. Barry helps the Lions beat the Niners. The Jags and MJD beat the Patriots. McCaffrey ends up 0-2 in the playoffs. His Panthers lose to the Cardinals. Le'Veon helps the Steelers beat the Ravens. And then Amon Green helps the Green Bay Packers beat the Cowboys. And they keep on winning against Edgerrin James and the Cardinals. The Jags take care of the Steelers. LaShawn McCoy helps the Eagles barely beat Sanders and the Lions. And then Hillis and Chubb do it again. They beat Priest Holmes and the 1-seed Chiefs. So now we have that nasty duo from Cleveland taking on MJD, the short king himself, in the AFC Championship game. And then Shady in Philadelphia take on Amon Green, Aaron Jones, and the Packers. Can you call yourself a true Madden fan if you didn't love playing with the early Jaguars from like the 2000s when they had MJD, they had Fred Taylor? I mean, they were just so much fun to play with. Brunell, and they have a nice lead on the Browns heading into halftime, 28-10. Jacksonville could go to the Super Bowl for I think the first time in franchise history. A commanding lead heading into the fourth quarter, and there it is. Trevor Lawrence, the prince that was promised with the phenomenal running back core, is going to the big game. Great performance from him. 5 touchdowns, only 5 incompletions. One of the best stat lines you're gonna see. Run game didn't have to do much, but MJD chipped in with a touchdown on the ground. Great season from the Browns, but they had no answer for Josh Allen and this Jaguars team. Talk about a team with no weaknesses, man. The Eagles with a 97 shady. I mean, come on now. 13-4 is about what I would expect. Top to bottom, roster disgusting. I'm surprised the Packers made this deep. Not because they don't have a great running back core, great defense. I didn't know Jordan Love would do this well. But right now, he has them in a tie ball game, 17 apiece. Heading into the second half, and he helps them take the lead. In the third quarter, Eagles tie it back up. Let's see where Hurts decides to go with it. Good protection. He's gonna dump it off to Shady, who gets the first. Empty backfield for Hurts. Touchdown! LaShawn McCoy gives the Eagles the lead. Now it's Ahman Green's turn to help his team drive down and get a tutty. Love is playing really well. He has 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Nice catch on second to make it a 3rd down and 1. Let's see if they go to Ahman on this 3rd down and 1. Reddick off the edge. Graham trying to get pressure. Love going down the field. What a catch! Oh my goodness. There's gonna be a booth review to see if he got both feet in bounds. Christian Watson with a phenomenal catch against the all-pro James Bradbury. Helps them get across midfield. But a couple plays later, it's 2nd down and 13. Love gonna dump it off to Ahman Green, who has a burst of speed. He's gonna get the 1st down. That's what elite running backs can do for you. They can be nice safety valves out the backfield. Watson gets them inside the 10. What a drive we're seeing right now from the young quarterback Jordan Love against a pretty good Eagles defense. Ahman Green ties this game up. Both running backs stepping up for their squads. 49 seconds, 3 timeouts for Hurts to help the Eagles go to the Super Bowl once again. Shady with another catch out the backfield, making someone miss. That's what he does better than a lot of running backs in NFL history. 5 catches over 100 yards for LaShawn McCoy. Hurts escaping the pocket, gonna find AJ Brown. Packers need to tighten up. Cannot let them get another 1st down, otherwise they're gonna be in field goal range. Smitty gets them down to the 40, and here's Jake Elliott to try a 57-yarder for the win. They didn't ice him. Elliott with the leg, and it's good. Philly's headed to the Super Bowl. An absolute thriller right there. Both quarterbacks played well. Love 4 touchdowns, no picks. Shady 5 yards of carry. Ahman Green 4, but it was a passing game. Okay, a lot of throws left and right. The running backs were catching touchdowns out the backfield. Phenomenal season from the Packers. This was almost the Super Bowl matchup a handful of years ago, but now we finally get to see it. The Eagles versus the Jaguars. Gotta watch the first drive from each team. Empty backfield on 1st down for Lawrence. MJD's, I'm guessing, at the bottom of the screen. First place going deep, incomplete. They must have saw film from the last game when Watson had that crazy catch on Bradbury, but they better be careful because he is an all-pro. MJD with 2 yards on his first carry. 3rd and 8. Lawrence under center. 3-step drop. 4-man rush for the Eagles. MJD with the catch, but Maddox with the tackle. 3 and out on the first drive of the game. We just saw this team in action. How did they start this one? Shady, in his 2 Super Bowl wins, didn't really get much playing time, but in this one, he's gonna begin the game as the starter. 2nd and 8. Bunch to the right once again. Hurts with phenomenal protection. Smitty with the first, but he fumbles. Quest scoops it up. Eagles catch a huge break right there. Could have been disastrous, but instead it's only a 3rd and 3. 4-man rush for the Jaguars. Hurts gonna find Shady, who can't break loose before stepping out of bounds. Both defenses force a 3 and out on their first possession. We're gonna sim to the end, and if it's close, we'll hop back in. Eagles strike first. 3-0, very low scoring game. 2 really good defenses, so I'm not too surprised. 10-0 ball game. Jacksonville has yet to put up any points. 17-0. Philadelphia
Another one.
pitches a shutout. LaShawn McCoy is now a 3-time Super Bowl champion, and this is what would happen if every team had their best running back in Madden history. Thank you so much for watching. Great season by the Jaguars, man. MJD did his thing, but he got stuffed in the Super Bowl. Less than 1 yard per carry. They could not get going on the ground. He had 4 catches at least. You know, he did his thing through the air. But credit to that defense. BG helping Philadelphia get another one.